Good morning, children. My name is N. Ambikapati, PGT Geography, KV2 HAPP Trichy. I have prepared a video lesson for you. Class 12 Geography, Chapter 8 Manufacturing Industry. Now we can see now one by one. So what do you mean by manufacturing industry? Manufacturing industry mean is nothing but converting the raw material into value product. Then it is called manufacturing. So now the industries are now classified into many types. So industries are classified in a number of ways on the basis of their size, capital, investment and labor force employed. Industries are now classified as a large, medium, small scale and cottage industry. So on the basis of ownership, industries are further divided into three. One is public sector, private sector and joint sector. Now we can see that now in the beginning, see the industries are now classified into large, medium, small scale and cottage. So what is cottage industry? Cottage industry means the people who are now together now completing the work, finishing at home. So that is called cottage industry, like basket making, honey bee keeping. So these are the one of the example in the rural area. Most of the people are now women are now carry out all the activity. That is now cottage industry. Then coming to now large scale industry. Large scale mean like iron and steel industry. Small scale mean power loom industry. Now we can discuss one by one. See, on the basis of ownership, public sector, private sector and joint sector. So public sector mean now it is under the control of the government. So national importance some of the industries are now under the government control only. That is called public sector. So public sector industries are now play very important role. For example, railway, income tax, defense, this all comes under public sector. Second one, private sector. So independent owner, private the people who are doing their that business private sector, like Ambani Group, Tata, Birla, they are considered private sector. And joints and cooperative sector. Joint sector mean 50% public and 50% private. Like Maruti Udyog, one of the example. Cooperative sector mean that is all the farmers they become the member. Whatever they get that loan and other thing, they will give whatever they'll get loan from the society. So like that cooperative sector also play very important role. Now you can see the next one. See, industry are also classified on the basis of use. Basic goods industry. What are the things we need day to day? This comes under basic goods. Capital goods industry. Major industries. Intermediate goods industry and consumer goods industry. Now we are coming the major industry. Now that one is agriculture based industry. That is called agro based industry. That means the industry which depend on their raw material from the agriculture. Then forest based industry. Whatever they are getting raw material from the forest they are like wood pulp, paper industry. Mineral based industry. Mineral mean it is a metallic mineral. For example iron, steel industry. Like other example like coal mining industry, copper mining industry. There are many. Then industrially processed raw material based on industry. Next the major the manufacturing product the industries are classified into 8 classification. Now you can see the major important industry as per your textbook given. Metallurgical industry, mechanical engineering industry, chemical and allied industry, textile industries, food processing industry, electrical generation, electronics and communication industries. Next the industries are now classified on the basis of raw material. See, some of the industries are now found only that particular place only, because the natural the raw material which are found in particular place. So location of industry play very important role. Now main important the industries are classified on the basis of raw material, capital, cheap power, cheap water supply, cheap labor, and cheap transport. So market and government policy. So these are the 8 factors determine location of industry. So this is one of the main important here. There is a strong relationship between raw material and the type of industry. It is economical to locate the manufacturing industry at a place where cost of production and the delivery cost or manufactured goods to consumer are the least. Then industrial policy. So after 1991, government of India introduced industrial policy. So after that many industry were developed in India. So before that independent in our country some of the industry was introduced during British colonies. So some of the industries are there established some iron and steel industry in Billai and Rukela were based on the decision to develop backward tribal area of the country. So it was not taken the initiative by the government of India. At present, government of India provide lot of incentives to industry locating in backward area. The major industry like iron and steel industry. So development of iron and steel industry opened the door to rapid industrial development in India. Almost all sector of the Indian industry depend heavily on the iron and steel industry for their basic infrastructure. So the iron and steel industry is known as mother of invention. Why mean without iron we cannot make any machinery. So iron is the base for all type of industry. So in India they were set up that integrate that steel plant with the help of foreign collaboration. So Tisca is one of the main important industry located near that which is the nearest port of the export of steel. And this is now located in between Mumbai and Kolkata railway line, about 240 km away from Calcutta. Tata Iron and Steel Company, Jamshedpur. Then Indian Iron and Steel Company. Now it is located in West Bengal, Baranpur. So this industry was developed after independence. Then other important industry like Visveswara Iron and Steel Industry. It is located it is one of the integrated steel plant. Now it is located near Karnataka, Mysore, Visveswara Iron and Steel Industry. And this industry get that iron ore from Kammanangudi in Bababudin Hill. Limestone, manganese they are also locally available. But coal is not available here. So that they are using that charcoal. Now after development of that industrial revolution, now they are using instead of coal they are getting electrical furnace were installed which use hydroelectricity from the Jogfall idle power project. So Bhadravati river supply water to the plant. This plant produce specialized steel and alloy. Now you can see the map of that iron and steel industry in India. Then after independence during the second 5-year plan, 1956 to 61, 3 new integrated steel plant were set up with the help of foreign collaboration. So Rourkela in Orissa, Bhilai in Chhattisgarh, and Durgapur in West Bengal. So these were public sector plants under the Hindustan Steel Limited. Now it is comes under Steel Authority of India. They are created to manage all these iron and steel plant. So Rourkela steel plant it is in Orissa. Okay, this industry was collaboration with Germany. So it is located all proximity get all the raw material very nearby. Then Bhilai steel plant. This Bhilai steel plant was set up with the help of foreign collaboration, Russian collaboration. It is located in Chhattisgarh state. So this iron and steel industry also getting all the raw material like iron ore, coal, limestone, water supply, everything they are getting very nearby. Next one is Durgapur steel plant. So Durgapur it is West Bengal, and it is collaboration with United Kingdom. So this is one of the main important. They are getting that is plant lies in the Raniganj and Jaria coal belt and get iron ore from the Nanmundi Durgapur lies on the main Kolkata-Delhi railway route. Ideal power they are getting from the Damodar Valley. Then Bokaro steel plant. It is also that collaboration with Russian collaboration. So other raw materials they are getting very nearby. So the steel plants others are also one of the important. Then other steel plants you can find out in Andhra Pradesh there is Vizag steel plant Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Then Vijayanagar steel plant Hossapet in Karnataka. Then Salem stainless steel that is in Tamil Nadu. So these are the major iron and steel industry found in India. Now coming to cotton textile industry. Cotton textile industry, it is a traditional industry in India. In the ancient and medieval time, used to be only a cottage industry. India was famous worldwide for the production of muslin, a very fine varieties of cotton cloth, calico, chintz, and other different varieties fine cotton cloth. In 1854, the first cotton mill was set up in India at Mumbai. The city has several advantages: cotton textile manufacturing center, favorable climate, then financial service. Both Gujarat and Maharashtra are very nearby. So Mumbai even then was the financial center and capital needed to start an industry was available. Now you can see that major the cotton textile industry flourished all over India with the help of this map. Now after independence, this industry gradually recovered and evenly flourished. The decentralized sector include cloth produced in handlooms and power looms. The production of the organized sector has drastically fallen from 81% in the middle 20th century to only 6% in 2000. At present, the power looms on the decentralized sector produce more than the handloom sector. After the first mill were set up in Mumbai, Ahmedabad, in second half of the 19th century, the cotton textile industry expanded very rapidly in southern India. Mills were set up at Coimbatore, Madurai, and Bangalore. In central India, Nagpur, Indore, Solapur, and Vadodara became the cotton textile centers. Cotton textiles mills were set up at Kanpur based on local investment. Then presently major center of the cotton textiles is found in different place in India. That is one is Ahmedabad, Bidwandi, Solapur, Kolhapur, Nagpur, Indore and Ujjain. All these centers are the tradition center and located close to the cotton producing region. Maharashtra, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu are the leading cotton producing state. West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Punjab are the other important cotton textile producer. So Tamil Nadu has the largest number of mills and most of them produce yarn rather than cloth. Coimbatore has emerged as the most important center with nearly half the mills are located in Tamil Nadu. And other important centers that is cotton textile centers in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Madurai, Tirunelveli, Tuticorin, Tanjavur, Ramanathapuram and Salem and other important centers. Then Karnataka, Davangere, Hubli, Bellary, Mysore and Bangalore are the important center. So cotton textile industry located at the cotton producing Telangana region. So the important center in Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad, Secunderabad and Warangal in the Telangana and Guntur in Andhra Pradesh. In Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur is the largest center. Some of the other important centers are Modinagar, Hathras, Saharanpur, Agra, Lucknow. In West Bengal, cotton mills are located in the Hooghly region. So main important centers are Howrah, Serampur, Kolkata and Shamnagar are the important center. Then sugar industry. So sugar industry play a very important role. It is one of the second most important agro-based industry in the country. India is one of the largest producer of both sugar cane and cane sugar and contribute 80% of the total sugar production in the world. So sugar industry is known as a weight losing industry because now at the time of harvesting that it has more sucrose. When you are transporting long distance, so what will happen? All the sucrose will be evaporated. So that is why most of the industries are located nearby cultivable area. So in order to get more that sucrose. So that is why it is called weight loss industry. Then Maharashtra has emerged as a leading sugar producer in the country and produced more than one third of the total production of the sugar in the country. Uttar Pradesh is the second largest producer of sugar. Sugar factories are concentrated in the two belt Ganga Yamuna Tarai region. Major sugar producing centers in Ganga Yamuna Dome or Sagranpur, Muzaffarnagar, Meerut and Ghaziabad. In Tamil Nadu, mostly you can find out Vellur, Thiruvannamalai, Villupuram, Tiruchirappalli district. Then Karnataka, Belagavi, Bellary, Mandya, Shimoga, Vijaypura and Chitradurg district are the major producer in Karnataka. In Andhra Pradesh, that coastal area of East Godavari, West Godavari, Visakhapatnam district of Andhra Pradesh. Then petrochemical industry. Petrochemical industry has been growing very fast in India. Petroleum refinery industry expanded rapidly. Many items are derived from the crude petroleum, which provide raw material for many new industry. These are collectively known as petrochemical industry. So polymer are made from the ethanol and propylene. These materials are obtained in the process of refining crude oil. Polymer are used as a raw material in the plastic industry. Among polymers, synthetic fibers are widely used in the manufacturing of fabric because of their inherent strength, durability, washability, and resistance to shrinkage. So, industry manufacturing nylon and polyester yarn are located in Kota, Pembri, Mumbai, Modinagar, Pune, Ujjain, Nagpur, and Udan. Alkaline stable fiber is manufactured at Kota and Vadodara. Then knowledge based industry. There comes in IT industry. So IT industry play a very important role. The IT enable business process outsourcing. Service continue to be on a robust growth path. India software industry has emerged as one of the fastest growing sector in the economy. The software industry has surpassed electronic hardware production. The Indian government has created a number of software parks in the country. The IT software and service industry account for almost 2% of the India's GDP. India's software industry has achieved a remarkable distinction for providing the quality product. A large number of Indian software companies have acquired international quality certification. So India getting one of the largest profit from the manufacturing of IT product. Now you can see the map of India where IT parks are located. Then liberalization, privatization, globalization and industrial development. The new industrial policy was announced in 1991. After that, the major objective of the policy were to build on the gain already made. So, main important year that is called LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. After abolition of the industrial licensing, free entry to foreign technology, foreign investment policy, access to capital market, open trade, abolition of pace in the manufacturing program, liberalized industrial location program. The policy has three main dimensions. That is a liberalization, privatization, globalization. So any country can export goods any other country in order to improve economic status. So privatization. So that many in India government of India encourage more private industry in order to generate more employment opportunity. Then globalization. Mean whatever the goods whatever we can exchange from one country to another country in order to fulfill our need. Then industry policy has been liberalized to attract private investors both domestic and multinational multinational level. The new sector like mining, telecommunication, highway construction and management have been thrown open to private companies. So globalization mean integration the economy of the country with the world economy. Under this process, goods and service along with capital, labor and resource can move freely from one nation to another nation. So here given the important that industrial location there are 8 important industrial location industrial region. So there are 8. One is Mumbai Pune region, Hooghly region, Bangalore Chennai region, Gujarat region, Vadodara, then Chota Nagpur region, Visakhapatnam Guntur region, Gurgaon Delhi Meerut region, and Kollam Thiruvananthapuram region. And there are minor industrial regions are there. There are 13 in India, and industrial districts are in India. There are 15 districts are there. I hope children you understood about that manufacturing industry and it's important. Thank you children.